Yo, I'm going to be talking about Greek mythology, well, more specifically, Greek gods. Before I start, quick word from our sponsor, NordVPN. I live in the US and I want to watch itCrowd, but that isn't available in the US. If I use NordVPN to switch to a UK server, then I can watch itCrowd. Thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring this podcast, and also thank you, Miss Chris, for helping me out with that example for the sponsor. Chapter 1. The 12 major Greek gods. There are 12 major Greek gods. All 12 gods have something to represent. For example, one of the minor Greek gods, Aether, is the god of light. The 12 major Greek gods are Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Athena, Artemis, Apollo, Ares, Hephaestus, Aphrodite, Hermes, and either Hestia or Dionysus. The reason why I said either Hestia or Dionysus is because there is a debate on which one is the 12th major Greek god. What the 12 major Greek gods represent. As I said in Chapter 1, each of the major Greek gods represents something. In this chapter, I will be talking about what each of the major Greek gods represent. Let's jump into it. Zeus is the god of sky. Zeus is the god of the sky. My bad. Hera is the goddess of woman, marriage, and childbirth. Poseidon is the god of the sea and water. Athena is the goddess of wisdom and victory. Artemis is the goddess of hunting and the moon. Apollo is the god of music, poetry, art, prophecy, truth, archery, plague, healing, sun, and light. Ares is the god of war, or more properly, the spirit of battle. Hephaestus is the god of fighter. Aphrodite is the god of love and beauty. Hermes is the god of boundaries, roads, travelers, thieves, athletes, shepherds, commerce, speed, cunning, wit, and sleep. There is debate between who the 12th god is. We have Hestia, the goddess of hearth, home, and hospitality, or Dionysus, god of wine, pleasure. As you can see, wine and pleasure. As you can see, some gods represent a lot of things. My favorite Greek god or goddess. Chapter 3. My favorite Greek god or goddess. My favorite Greek god is Poseidon. Now, you may be asking, Panzer, why do you like Poseidon? Well, in this chapter I'm going to tell you why. In my opinion, Poseidon is an overall cool god. His name, his weapon, the trident, and his appearance are all really cool features that Poseidon has. Fun fact, Poseidon is also the god of horses, storms, and earthquakes. Now, I have a little story about Poseidon that some of you may know, some of you may not. Depends on who you are, I guess. So let's get into it. After being born, Poseidon was swallowed by his father, Cronus, because of a prophecy that said Cronus' children would someday overthrow him, which they did. Poseidon's younger brother Zeus eventually saved him and bested the Titan Cronus and forced him to regurgitate Poseidon and his other siblings. Bested means, I don't really know how to explain bested. Regurgitate means to throw up something. But Zeus forced him to regurgitate Poseidon and his other siblings. Well, that was the introduction to Greek gods and goddesses. Join us next week when we talk about the story of Greek demigod, or as they say in Percy Jackson, Half-Blood, Hercules. Thank you for joining this episode, and we'll see you next week. Peace.